Welcome to Alex Krulik's Magic Submitter Software. I'm David Sprague, and I'll be showing you how to set up your items, and specifically I'll be teaching you how to set up your press release items in this training. Now, press releases are incredibly powerful for you to get tons of backlinks, lots of authority, and be able to get your sites ranking top of Google, because it does two things. It not only gives you direct backlinks to your content, but it also positions your content as newsworthy. And when it comes to newsworthy, it carries a whole nother authority. And Magic Submitter has an unbelievable amount of press release sites that you can instantly take your press release and submit it to be able to get these backlinks and be able to position your company, your products, your services as the industry leader. So if you'd like to learn more about actually how to create a press release and how all that works, all you have to do is jump into Magic Submitter. And since we're on the press release sites, all you have to do is click on Help. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a browser that opens up that takes you directly to your training vault. And in the training, if you scroll down and click on VIP Training Archive, and what you want to do is simply do a control find. And what this does, and then type in press release. And you can see here, in July, we actually did a detailed hour training on step-by-step how to create press releases, how to lay out a press release correctly, and everything you'd ever want to know about press releases. So just click on this and instantly you'll get a video that teaches you step-by-step how it all works. So, alright, so that's if you want to know more about press releases. So let's focus on actually how to actually fill out the items in the press release. First of all, I'm going to be assuming that you've already created all your accounts, and creating all your accounts would look something like this. If we clicked on article directories, you can see here that I've created all my accounts and they're green check marks. And so if I go on press release, I don't have, under this demo site on my press release, I don't have any created. Oop, that's video. So under the PR sites, you'll create all your accounts first, and then what you want to do is click on items, and under items you're going to click the plus sign, and you've got a place that you can actually organize all your press releases. So the project feature Magic Submitter is really cool because it allows you to keep everything super organized. So the way that I normally do it is every client is a project. And so when I create a project, I would create the client name, and then if I did 2 press releases, I would organize them under that client name. So you can see here that you can create as many projects as you want. So normally a project should be either a niche or a client name. At least that's how I use them. So then you've got a PR title, a press release summary, press release body, your keywords, and the day, month, and year that the press release was issued. So first of all, let's talk about the right hand side here, which is all the different sites that you've already registered for. Now again, if you registered for them, they're going to have green check marks on the right hand side. Now because they're blue, you'll need to make sure that you choose a category. And these categories are created by every single site that you submit to. So let's say we're submitting a business press release. We would look for business, there we go. And we would look for it, see if there's business. We would probably maybe put this one under publications. And this one, look for business. Is there business? Yep, there we go. Now what you'd want to do, so you don't have to do this every single time, is you'd want to actually save the categories as a category template. And you could put this as your business press release template. And then the next time you actually created one, you could come back in and upload it. Oops, I gotta actually put a item in each one here. Let me just do that real quick. So I click upload, and then I'm going to look for my business press release template, double click on it, and you see it's instantly going to fill those in. So it takes just a few seconds to set everything up, but once you set it up, you're just a click away from getting huge authority in ranking at the top of Google with Magic Submitter. So now the next thing you want to do is actually put in your title. Now for most people that I talk to, and including myself, we normally don't spin our press releases. We just send them out because press releases are, it's very normal for a press release to be submitted to multiple ones and not be changed at all. Now again, if you want to err on the side of safe, you can always spin your title, spin your body, spin your summary. even spin your keywords, but you don't have to. Google normally doesn't penalize anything when it comes to press releases. So what you want to do is put your title in, and then in your summary, and again, if you want to learn how to do a summary, just simply watch the video I just shared with you. But a summary is simply what it is. It's normally 2 or 3 or 4 sentences on what the press release is about. It talks about who the press release is about. It talks about what's important about the press release, when this press release has happened. And so you've got a nice summary. And these summaries normally appear, and this is what they use when someone's going to a press release site. News media is going to a press release site. They'll read this summary first. So make sure the summary is sexy. It talks about who it is, what's so important about this press release, and then a little bit more information, just in 2 or 3 or 4 sentences. And then what you want to do is put your actual press release inside. Now, it's important to note that most sites only take direct links. They do not take anchor text links. So when you actually put your link in here, it's going to be a true HTTP www.site.com. So, and you don't want to put more than 2. So if you put 3 or 4, depending on the sites, but no more than 2 links into a site. And really you should only be doing 1 because you're directing them to get more information. But again, if you want a little bit more link juice, 2 maximum when it comes to your links. And then you want to put in your keywords. Obviously your keywords are the topic that you're writing on. So if you're writing on a dentist in Atlanta, you'd put dentist Atlanta in here. And then the press release date. And this is important because one of the things that allows people to really rank well is when it's submitted. Because the longer a press release or the older press release gets, the less authority it has based on Google and all the search engines, as well as the press release sites. Now, I actually have talked to a lot of people that actually this is their main strategy for ranking, meaning they'll use different events, book sales, concerts to use press releases, and they'll put out a press release and they won't rank for very long, maybe a day or 2, but in that day or 2 there's so much demand based on the natural organic ebb and flow of what people are looking for. Maybe there's an event, maybe there's a new Elmo that just came out, a new book that just got launched, and so they'll use press releases to dominate a certain niche for a couple days, but in those couple days they'll get thousands and thousands of traffic, foot traffic to their website because they use press release strategy. So again, press release is something that most people don't use. Strongly advise you using it, and Magic Submitter is the perfect tool to be able to use it step by step. If you want to know more, again, go to that video we just showed you. So that's how you do it. Now, the last thing I want to explain to you is they use random profiles to submit, which is a very powerful feature that is built in all the different items. And when you use this random profile to submit, that simply means it's going to intermittently or randomly choose between the different profiles when it submits. So for instance, this press release, if you chose Bob, only Bob, to submit to, it would only use Bob's account. So it would send this press release to Bob's Click Press, Bob's Ecom Wire, Bob's Free Press Release. If you chose Steve, it would randomly choose between the 2. If you chose Ken as well, you'd have 3 of them chosen, and let's say ClickPress went to Bob, and then Ecom went to Ken, and then the next one would go back to Bob, then the next one would go back to Steve. So you can see it's randomly choosing between all these different profiles, which is a fantastic way to hide your footprint. And Google actually discounts a lot of things. Number one is they discount through a lot of multiple IPs. They discount if you're submitting a lot of content through one IP. It just doesn't look natural. So it's good to be able to have your IP switched all the time, as well as be able to use different counts, because you're not using the same account over and over and over again to submit. You're using random accounts. So a fantastic feature. Again, not necessary to submit, but something that I personally use and want to make sure that you, when you're doing this for clients, you're doing this for yourself. Number one is you have everything organized based on projects. Number two is you've signed up for all the accounts. You've filled out all the account categories. Number three is you filled out your title, your summary, your body, your keywords, and the date the press release is open, and then you choose between what accounts that you want to choose from. And maybe you've got 6 or 7, but only 2 or 3 of them actually have your press release sites done. So you want to make sure that you choose between them, and you can see that. So that's it. That's exactly how you actually set up your press release items. Start using it. It's a powerful way to get to the top of Google. So let's jump into the next training, and we'll teach you a lot more.